Alright. How's that? We can see what's going on. Probably won't last long. Anyway, so let's extract the valuable pump. The very hen's teeth. So rare in these modern times. A simple working air bladder. You'd think pneumatics would be, relatively easy to sort of, get right. But yeah, these are pretty good shoes. The old Billy Hoyles. It's a shame to cut them up like this, but we have the technology to rebuild them. Bigger and better, faster and stronger. With blackjack and hookers. Get it in camera, Gazza. So the glue is really what makes this harder. It cements all the threads together. It's hard to tell where they've put lock stitches. There's lots of lock stitches in this by the looks of it. That's just a lot of glue. There we go. Come on. Sweet. Alright, now these bloomin' elastics are probably stitched down too, so that's going to make this really slow. Can we see? Can I see? Probably no and no. Gotta really make sure I don't slice my finger off and try not to damage the actual shoe if possible. Putting strain on the actual stitch, I should be able to just break it, expose it, and run along it like that. Yeah. Now, have they stitched the lining down? They probably have. Yeah, they have. Bugger. That's gonna be a mess. Let's start over here. Out of the way, tongue. It's not a bad pattern for a tongue, actually. It's got shape in it, which is good. Ooh, they've got a thermoplastic counter in here. That's surprising. So it looks like they stitched the lining, just tacked it. They haven't stitched all the way around, which is interesting. Or at least I can't see that. Maybe they have. Maybe they put a second stitch in. It looks like the Stroval still. in remaking this, one of the things that I don't have access to is a Strobel machine, which is a shame. So we're going to have to cement last this in some way, shape or form. Alright. So the counter's stitched in, but the lining isn't. No, it's definitely not stitched. Here it is. Love that sound. Yeah, they've just put a little tack stitch on the bottom to keep the lining in place while they last it and machine it and whatnot. Alright, the one last stitch to make this dissection just a little bit easier on camera is I'm going to break this stitch that goes through here, which just closes that last bit of lining up. And hopefully do it without cutting anything other than the stitch. Lovely. Oh, look at all that plastic in there. So now we're starting to get disappointed. Come on, out of the way. Open wide. Say ah, darling. Ah. Yes, yes. Just a little click. Come on, we're almost there. You getting anything on camera? No. See my thigh. To be fair, they've probably stitched it real nice in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this sucker inside out. Gently as we can, of course. Gently open this baby up. So they've got a few wrinkles in here, which is not great, but considering I have worn them out, I guess that's reasonable. Here we go, it's black. Okay, why not? Reebok's almost always, I don't think I've ever seen Reebok do anything other than a clear pump chamber, which is interesting. Fortunately, I don't know anything about materials much, so I don't even know what that really means. Okay, that's that stitch open. Oh, they didn't lock that one. Wait in, boys. Lots of glue, lots of glue, lots of glue. Far out. It's not that I have anything against glue, but when you use it everywhere, as you're wearing a shoe and the shoe heats up on your foot and your foot heats up in the shoe, that glue, I swear it seeps into me socks. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just me. But yeah, you really want to use as little glue as possible, in my opinion. Yeah. We'll just pop the last bit through. Just taking it nice and slow. Don't want to damage my hen's teeth. And there's nothing holding this in but glue. Okay, let's have a look at this sucker. So I've got a thermoplastic counter, which is disappointing. I hate these things. Cheap as chips, it's just cardboard. But surprisingly, I didn't get any problems with it. It's held its shape really well. And this is not stitched in anywhere. This is just sitting there. Okay, well, it should just come straight out. It's got these little white things that seem to want to stick to the pump. Let's see if they'll come off in one piece with the pump. It's right on the overlap where the counter is, which is right where theoretically I'd expect to see a wear patch from the heel counter rubbing against this pump all the time. So yeah, that might be something to emulate when we remake these. And the release valve just sits in a little, it's just a bit of sponge. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Always wondered what that was. I was happy that it didn't seem to deteriorate. And yeah, this is just stuck on. The pump, this is the pump. Gee whiz. Okay, oh, I ripped the blooming line out. Oh, that's not good. Keep it all together. Don't want to rip that. What is that? It's another layer of sponge. Oh, it's a lamination on the fake leather. Okay. It's not very thick. Damn. Ripping the guts out of it. That's not good. Come on, stay together. Whatever. Bit of a mess. What else are we going to rip apart? Yeah, that's just stuck there. There's nothing. There's no stitch or nothing. That's it. That's the Nike Air Billy Hoyle pump chamber mechanism. Focus, darn ya. That's pretty cool. Get in frame. So what sort of valves has this got? That looks like a nipple valve to me. It's pretty impossible to tell, but that grey piece of rubber in there is basically a cone, and it's got a tiny little slit in it, and when air pressure builds up from pumping down, it closes the nipple, and when air pressure is when the bubble springs back, it draws air through that little slit. And there's probably a similar one in there, There's an interesting rubber band thing. This black thing is a rubber band, and it's anchored, so it looks like the pump mechanism could just slot out. I like to see that. That's just a good little safety measure. The one-way valves in Reeboks are notorious for popping out if you just pump them too hard. So that's a good little improvement on that mechanism. I don't like the flip and release valve. It is like massive, absolutely ginormous. It is just shy of 2 centimeters. I mean, that is a massive piece of freaking hardware. That's unreal. Chamber pumps up and it holds there. Alright, pretty good. Put a bit more pressure in it, leave it pumped up overnight, see if it survives the longevity test. I'm pretty sure they will. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they designed these with some sort of target PSI maximum. Like, it's just impossible to pump them up beyond a certain sort of pressure, which is interesting. But yeah, it's a curious configuration. Haven't had a chance to really look at Nike pumps. I've looked at plenty of Reebok pumps and even a few Victory pumps. But yeah, this is a very different philosophy for making a chamber. Yeah, I like it. It's it's interesting. Something to think about. Anyway, let's stop playing with our thingies. What else can we tell about this shoe? Alright, we've got some curious marks here. They're probably registration marks of some description, but yeah. That looks very leatherish, doesn't it? Gee. I swear it's not though. You can see this whole piece. This is a quarter. So this whole shaped pump piece, which is a bit hard to see, this piece here is this gaudy looking rubbery stuff. So this is our fake leather, and it's laminated with a thin layer of, I don't know, polyurethane, some sort of spongy stuff. But yeah, and they've got a stiffener as well as the plastic eyelets, which is yeah, that's interesting. You're gonna have to get something. You're gonna have to find an analog. We used to use this stuff all the time in the factory, but yeah, we just called it sticker reinforcement. We didn't have a proper name for it, which is a bummer. To do some homework. Anyway, the tongue's nice. It's actually got some shape to it, which is not something I usually see in Reeboks. Anyway, put this down. Put this back in the right way. Yeah, you'll be fine. See? You just have to trust me. You'll be fine. Put your back together. Put your best face forward. Now I still sort of have my shoe. But more importantly, I have all its components. And all I have to do now is work out how to put them all together. Stay tuned.